Hey everybody, it's me. I want to talk about embarrassment and the type of parenting we should really be embarrassed about. And I'm not talking about just I'm not talking about parental alienation per se, although I'm going to dive into it a little bit. I, uh, Anyone watching this video is probably in a situation where they're dealing with a separation from their child, children, etc. And sometimes our kids grow up, go about their own merry way and start a life and kind of leave us behind. And we are left wondering what the heck just happened. And so, in my case, both of my daughters are out and about doing their own thing. But there was a point in time when my youngest daughter was in the house and I caught I kind of would look at her social media and she was posting really derogatory and negative things about me and would say just really nasty things about me. And I finally said, I can't live with someone that disrespects me, that is using all of my electronics and living in my home and been behind my back. You're saying just terrible things about me. So we can't live together anymore. She went and lived with her dad, and that was that. So I want to talk about the things we should be really embarrassed about as parents. And I'll admit, I watch Dr. Phil and I see these parents go on there where externally they some of them have a lot of money and some are well off and on the outside it looks great, but on the inside they have children that are abusing drugs, alcohol, um, out there just walking the streets, doing whatever, and blatantly disrespecting their parents, and the parents enable their children. And I just want to say, what we should really primarily be embarrassed about is if you are a parent and you have allowed your adult son or adult daughter to use you, abuse you, manipulate you, if you have refrained from setting healthy boundaries, from saying no, from saying, you know what, you're 18. In high school they should be working. They should hold some kind of a job. There's a lot of jobs making a lot of money out there today. Well, you should be taking care of your wants, and I'll take care of your needs. But then, if your child is blatantly disrespecting you, after the age of 18, you say, you know what, it's time for you to go. But a lot of parents have a hard time with that because they view their adult sons and daughters, they view them as if they're only 5 years old, 10 years old. I can't do this to my baby. How can I do this to my son? We view them as still being little, incapable of taking care of themselves. But at the age of 12, 13, they have the ability to start helping out neighbors, making money, whatever the case, babysitting, doing yard work for people, send them out to do work for money. And then at the age of 16, they can work. At the age of 18, they should be gainfully employed somewhere, even if it's part-time. But it's time to prepare them for their futures. If our sons and daughters, people like myself, were able to join the military and go off and do that, if I was able to join the military and I survived, your son or daughter can survive too. Now, I'm not talking about children that are mentally, emotionally, physically incapable of working, because some children are not able to. And I understand that, but if there's nothing medically wrong with your son or daughter, at the age of 18, they are adults and they should be out there. And the only time we should be embarrassed is if we have not pushed them to reach their full potential, if we've allowed them to be dependent on us when it's completely not necessary. All I'm saying is just some same way we're out. We got married, had our own families, have a house, have a car, have cars, have we were gainfully employed. Some of us were housewives or house husbands. But I just want to say that's the only time you should be embarrassed as a parent, if you have failed your children to become self-sufficient, able to maintain social situations, able to go be gainfully employed, and be able to live without your allowance. Well, you shouldn't be giving your child an allowance after the age of 16. You shouldn't be paying their bills. They should be able to pay what they, if they want to get a car, have them get a car. Go work and save up for it. Don't forget about the car insurance and the gas and the repairs and etc. So I'm not embarrassed that my children are estranged. I would be embarrassed if they were estranged and I was still giving them money or supporting them or rewarding them for their bad behavior. That's embarrassing. But if they estrange, they're doing their own thing. I'm fortunate my daughters are doing their own thing and they seem to be thriving and surviving. That's their life and that's their choice. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I hope this helps and we'll be back.